Good morning, guys. I have just woken up at the really early time of 1:40 p.m. because it's a hard life when you're unemployed and you're in lockdown. So yeah, I wish I could just go back to sleep, but I guess I gotta get up, you know. Oh, terrible. I've got my salt lamp on. I'm still wearing my earrings from last night, apparently. Great. So yeah, this is gonna be, I'm gonna show you now my morning routine, kind of what I do when I get up. I know it's not technically the morning, but it's my morning. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys my morning routine. And the reason I think it's a really good idea to have a morning routine, especially when, like the UK, you go back into national lockdown, is it provides stability, it provides routine to your day, it sets you up for the day. And the days where I haven't had this morning routine, I wake up kind of lost, not knowing what to do. I'm really overthinking. It's really hard to get out of bed because I've got so much to do. But for me, what I found this year is that actually setting a routine has been really good for my mental health. It's been really good for my mornings and getting up out of bed in the morning. Because if I know the exact steps that I'm taking for at least the first half of my morning, then it's easier for me to motivate myself to get out of bed because I'm not having to choose what to do. Yeah. Without further ado, I'm going to show you what I do in the morning. So one of the first things that I do when I get up is I brush my teeth. And then I come back and I make my bed. I don't know if you guys can see that behind me. I make my bed. I was told by someone who's read the book, The 7 Highly Effective Habits of Effective People, something like that. I haven't read it, but I've had talks with someone who has. And one of the habits is that they make their bed, like top CEOs and stuff, first thing in the morning. They also get up way earlier than I do, but they make their bed. Then I will set my intentions for the day. So I have a little prayer candle and I simply light that candle and I say an intention before I light it. And it's not the same thing every day. It's not like a ritual where I say the exact same thing. It's along the same lines, but I will just set my intention for the day. So I'll show you me doing that now. Intention candle along with my incense. What I'll do is I usually light my incense, set my intention, and use that to light the candle. So I'll show you that now. This incense box that I got like literally the other week is amazing. Everything smells amazing. All of the incenses have really cool names like Nirvana. My favorite is Californian White Sage. That smells absolutely incredible. Money Matrix for when I set my intentions for money. What's this? Reiki Power for healing. Ooh. Tree of Life. Let's go with this one today. So this morning I'm setting the intention for discipline. May the day today bring me discipline. May I be able to enact my willpower and continue on with my diet. I accept and welcome blessings into my life. May the people that I love reach out to me and may I reach out to them in return. May I practice self-love and learn the value of myself, remind myself of the value of my life. I am so thankful and grateful for my blessings, especially for the news that I got yesterday. And I set the intention to hold on to that feeling of hope, that feeling of joy, the feeling of bliss as I continue into my new day. There we go. There we go, that's my intention candle. And that usually lasts for like 4 hours, so that's really nice, just nice thing to have. There we go. So after I've set my intentions for the day, I will then usually make myself either a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. The coffee that I make is actually called Bulletproof coffee, and it is really good for you. It's like a craze in the US, I think. It's amazing, and I'm so glad that I've discovered Bulletproof coffee. But this morning I'm just gonna have a cup of tea. Like I said, it's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, so I don't really think with my insomnia backing a whole vat of Bulletproof energy coffee is gonna help me right now. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I'm just gonna show you my tea station. There we go. When I moved back into my new room, my old room, I had acquired this from a friend for one of the new rooms that I was in. But when I came back, as you can see, I have an abundance of drawers. So I thought to myself, I've got myself a little tea station, and I bought this stove because I'm insane, and now I enjoy my best life. I've got all my teas under there, everything I need for my bulletproof coffee, got my spirulina, my butter, MCT oil, turmeric, all that sort of stuff, and my tea. So morning times, you will usually go for a tea that helps my digestion. Sometimes I go for lemon and ginger, and other times I go for mint, because those are the two that kind of are really good for digestion, and they're kind of fresh tasting for the morning. So let's just put this on. There we go, tea. Then it's for the main bulk of my morning routine. So what I do is, well, what I've started doing is I've started journaling. I used to journal really extensively as a kid. Like, I have loads of diaries from when I was a teenager, but I stopped as an adult, and I don't really know why. I think it was because of, I got lazy. I thought that the purpose of a diary was just to detail every little thing that had happened to you that day. But what I realized is that journaling is more of a snapshot, because I don't care what I did 2 days ago extensively, like on any given random day where nothing really happened, but I do care about how I was feeling on that day, where the planets were on that day, the planetary transits, what sign the moon is, and what cycle it was, what numerological day it was, personal day it was. So this is all the little things, and I'll get to it in a little bit when I sit down on my bed with my tea. You can hear it boiling in the background. And I journal. I have also a gift that my brother gave me that I'll show you in a sec. And it's for a gratitude journal. So I have two. I have a gratitude journal, and I have my day-to-day journal. And another thing that I will do is I will also do a tarot pull for the day. Tarot pull with my tarot deck, and an angel oracle pull from my oracle deck. I'll show you that in just a sec as well. And the reason that I do that is because I've recently just really gotten into tarot, and I'm trying to learn it as in-depth as I can. And pulling a card every single day, being able to learn the definitions and what the card's associated with and what it means every single day is good for my learning practice. But also it's interesting because I'm into tarot, and I'd like to believe, and I believe that I have spirit guides and ancestors looking over me. I believe that my intuition helps me when pulling these cards, things like that. But it would be really cool to be able to see what card I pulled on a day a year ago, and how, whether or not that came to fruition, whether or not it meant anything, or whether or not it was just a card that didn't mean anything. So it's for me as well, it's like a practice of mine, but it's also to kind of experiment a little bit and learn something new. So I pull myself cards in the morning, and I write those in my journal as well. So I'm just gonna go get my tea because I just had it boil. Okay, so now I'm back in bed. So the first thing that I do in the morning, get up, brush my teeth, go toilet, all of that. I make my bed, I make myself a cup of tea, I kind of pray over my intention candle, or set an incense, so my room's nice and cozy and it smells amazing. And these things are so small and so simple that I don't have to worry about it in the morning. And it has really helped me get out of bed, because I'm like, all I need to do is get up, make myself a cup of tea and set my candle, and then get back in bed and do something fun like tarot and write in my journal. So instead of the chore or the overthinking of I've got this and this to do today, and then I become immobilized and I kind of just lay there not doing anything, it's given me a reason to get up in the morning. And I feel like it has made me feel so much better having this morning routine. So I'm now in bed, I've got my cup of tea, It's really embarrassing, but I usually have to set an Alexa timer to tell me when my tea is ready to drink, because I will forget it. I'm the kind of person that if it's not in front of me, I will completely just forget that it's there. And it's something that I'm working on. But the amount of times I've made myself a cup of tea in the morning, completely forgotten about it, and then gone to drink it and been like, oh shit, it's now cold. I don't take risks anymore. I'm just like, Alexa, set a 5-minute timer. And then I wait until she tells me it's time to drink my tea. So one of the first things I do is I write in my gratitude journal. And it's basically, you just write the date, and it has a couple things. It says, I will let go of, I'm grateful for, and I will focus on, and then 3 bullet points underneath that one. So it's so simple. You know, you don't need to worry about writing anything extensive. It's a simple gratitude practice with major effects, because it's proven that the more you're grateful, the more gratitude you practice, the happier and more fulfilled with life that you are. And we should all be practicing gratitude on a daily basis, even if it's something as small as writing what you will let go of, what you're grateful for, and 3 things that you're going to focus on for that day. And it will set you up for the day. And it will just make you feel so much better, because there's a tendency, especially in lockdown, especially with the weather in the UK being so horrible and miserable and rainy, there's a tendency to wake up in the morning and just feel so sorry for yourself. And you know, it's really good to have this little book to remind me to remind myself of all the positives in my life. So on the 4th of January, I wrote that I will let go of resentment towards loved ones. I said I'm grateful for my best friend for always being there for me, even when separated by immeasurable distance. Ethan for pushing me to be the best version of myself. I will focus on planning the next month, maintaining my diet, and being present in the moment. So simple. Took me 2 minutes. That's the title of this book. 2-minute mornings. That's all it took. And I've reminded myself of what I need to focus on and all of the good things in my life. And every single day you're like, oh, well, what if I run out of things? But every single day you find something new to write down. And I think it's just so good. And I really recommend either getting this book. By the way, I'm not paid or anything. It's not an ad. It's really cool. Getting yourself this book or any sort of gratitude journal, or simply just writing something that you're grateful for every single day in the morning to kickstart your day. Then I move on to the bulk of my journaling. So I bought this beautiful journal the other day. On it, in very, very tiny letters, you'll see the words 365 opportunities. And I saw that in W.H. Smith, I think it was, and I was just like, I have to have it. So not only is it really beautiful and makes me really love journaling in the morning, but you know, it's a reminder that every single day is a new opportunity. And no matter what happened yesterday, today is a new, fresh day, and you can always achieve what you want to achieve if you put your mind to it. Bless me. Ooh. Once I've written my journal entry, I will always leave a space for a tarot card of the day and an angel card of the day. So I'm going to show you my 2 decks. So my tarot deck is called the Light Seers Tarot deck. And it is a beautiful set of cards. I found that tarot is just really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting to learn. The cards all have their own personalities, their own meanings. I am someone that has started learning it using both upright and reversed meanings. So that basically means that, you know, that would be the upright reading, but if I pulled it that way, it's reversed and has a different meaning. Not always opposite. Sometimes it just means blockages or things like that. But I mean, just look how pretty that card is. Ugh. And another thing I look for when I look for tarot cards and things like that is I look for ethnicity. I'm so sorry, but I'm not gonna sit here with a handful of white people. I want ethnicity. I want diversity in my card pools. I want to be reflected in the cards that I'm using. So let me just give these a shuffle. And these cards just fell out. So if cards fall out of my deck, I'll usually put them to the side and I will include them in my reading. They're called jumpers, I think is the official term. And I've just pulled the Queen of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So I can't remember what the Queen of Cups means. I think it's, you know, to do with... No, I have no idea. And that's why I pull these cards, because then I'll just have a little look and see what they mean. But I do know what the 8 of Wands means, and that means rapid action. So rapid action, quick fire, quick movement, quick decisions, things like that. Yeah, interesting. I'll put that to the side. What is my message for today? Empress. I get this card all the time. I was literally just saying, I get these cards all the time. I always get the Empress, and I know exactly what she means because I always get them. Have a little look at her. She's absolutely stunning. So the Empress card is to do with femininity, feminine power, fertility, sensuality. It's to do, you know, Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, all of those things, divine feminine, that sort of thing. Basically, this is my card of the day, the Empress. Working in my feminine power today in my kimono. And then I've got the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Queening. I think it's very interesting that I pulled these two cards because they do kind of have the same meanings. I do know that this card means, you know, feminine empowerment. It means, you know, female intuition, things like that, I believe. Don't have go at me if I'm wrong. There you go. So I think it's interesting that I found these two together. And then quick action. What does that mean? So basically, I will put the card of the day in my journal and I will write down the meanings associated with it. I do one tarot reading and I also do one angel card reading. Oracle cards are what I started out with, and they're usually recommended for beginners who want to get into tarot, but it kind of seems a bit daunting. So, you know, you start with angel cards. They're a little bit easier to understand. The oracle cards, there's no, like, as with tarot, each number in the deck is a set thing. So number, like, 1 is always the Fool. Whereas with oracle cards, it is literally up to the maker of the card set to set the definitions and the meanings of the cards. Droid, hold the space. So once I've done my pulls and I've written them down in my journal, that's pretty much it for my morning routine. But yeah, it's really important, I think, to set your own routine. Even if it's as small as you wake up in the morning and you do your bed, you brush your teeth and make yourself a cup of tea. As long as you know that the first few steps of your day are already set in stone or are already decided by you because it's your routine, it will make it so much easier to wake up in the morning. So much easier. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed my video today. I hope I haven't rambled too much or scared you guys away with my tarot reading. But my intention for this year is to enjoy myself this year. It's to lose the shackles of last year, enjoy myself this year, do the things that I love, you know, enjoy myself when I make these videos, because I was getting to the point where I was kind of trying to make videos just for views and it wasn't really doing anything for my spirit. So yeah, we'll see what this new year brings, but I'm very, very hopeful, and I hope that you guys are too. I have a very good feeling about this year. Even though we started off with a lockdown, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. As always, if you have liked my video today, if you like what you've seen today, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Like it, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out a video every week. Press that little bell icon to get notifications of when I release my videos so that they're straight in your notifications and you don't miss out on them. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any morning routines of your own. I'm always willing to talk to you guys. I want to connect. I want to be able to build a community here. Thank you very much, kings and queens, for watching my morning routine. I will see you next week.